to expound for a few moments from this thought. The door is open.
Yes, the door is open.
Tap as many folk as you can, not to offend nobody. Don't upset nobody. But tell them the door is open.
The door is open.
The door is open. My first point is, sometimes have you ever had an unexpected knock at the door?
Hallelujah.
Yes.
Wasn't anticipating nobody. Didn't have a scheduled appointment with nobody. But there's an unexpected knock at the door. And you don't know who it is. And depending on the time of day, will determine the octave of your voice.
Yes, sir.
And it indicate the mood that you in.
Yes, sir. That's real.
When you open your mouth and scream, who is it?
Yes, sir.
That's my first point.
Yes, sir.
Who is it? Later in Revelation chapter 3, around verse 20 says, "Behold, I stand at the door and knock.
Yes, that's what it says. Come on, sir.
If any man
Amen.
hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him, and I will sup with him, and he with me."
Amen.
There's a knocking at the door.
Well,
And to be honest and real transparent, there was a time where I heard the knocking.
well, yes. Yes, sir. I heard the knocking. Well,
But it did not create a response. No.
come on, sir. Yes, yes.
Have you ever heard a knocking and you didn't want to be bothered?
Yes, sir.
You ever heard a knocking and you wanted to avoid
Yes.
and you didn't even know who it was? It didn't even matter who it was. But the state of mind that you were in
Yes.
caused you not to even respond
Not to even respond. Yes, sir.
to the knocking
That's real, Bishop.
at the door.
Yes, sir.
It
Yes.
could have been Steve Harvey out there with Publishing Clearinghouse.
Yeah, I paid up. 2 years I paid up. I'm gonna get up just right. Look at the people.
Who
It will determine.
is it?
Yes.
Because oftentimes, those of us who are now in the way
Well,
used to be out of the way.
well,
And there was no response.
yes, sir.
And God keeps continually knocking,
Yes, sir. Jesus. Thank you, Lord.
waiting for a response.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you.
Because God doesn't do jailbreaks.
Hey, sir. Glory unto God.
I know the scripture you find in Acts about how Paul and Silas got out of jail at midnight.
Yeah, midnight.
But it wasn't until they praised him,
What's
until they acknowledged him,
Yes, pray.
is when the door opened.
Yes, yes.
But can we be transparent for a moment, especially those of us that are of my millennium,
Yes, sir.
that sometimes there was a constant,
Amen. Tell the bishop.
No answer. Good night.
and I didn't answer
Didn't answer.
the door.
Yes.
Tell the bishop.
let alone even acknowledge that there was somebody knocking at the door. And God says to us here that I stand at the door and knock.
Help us, Lord. Help us, Lord.
Yes. Thank you.
And we so dingy looking like
And
Patrick.
the only way he's going to respond to you
Well,
is when you say, who is it?
yes, sir.
Because he says, if any man hear my voice
Yes.
and open the door, I will come in
Yes.
to him.
Yes.
See, we make this thing so deep and so mystical, and we create a facade that causes people to be uncomfortable about answering the call of God.
Help us, Jesus. Help us. Help us.
It's not about you going to school. It's not about you living a pristine life where you can't even enjoy life.
As a matter of fact, yes, sir. Yes.
But when he knocks at the door, who is it?
Yes, sir.
He says, because when you hear my voice and open the door, I'm going to come in.
I'm going to serve.
Yes.
And I'm going to sup with you, and you sup with me. And then that creates change.
Yes.
The devil is the one seeking, going to and fro, seeking
The
whom
devil.
he can devour.
The devil.
Busy.
And God is just,
Chill.
Come on now.
Answer the door.
Where you at?
Yes.
Why you not?
waiting for you to answer
Waiting for me, God.
the door.
To answer, God.
He got time.
Yeah.
Help me, Lord.
Well,
Took me 26 years
well.
to finally say, who is it?
Come on now.
I'll just.
And some of them years I was sitting in the house of God,
Come on, sir. Be true.
hearing the word,
That's what is happening.
seeing people run and dance and shout,
Yes.
fall out on the floor, but never said who is it.
Thank you, God. Yes.
Puts us in a place where we cannot effectively enjoy or live life absent of Him.
Yes.
Oh yeah, the world is intriguing.
Yes, sir.
Uh,
Yes, sir. Thank you, yes.
There's some stuff now in the world that you can just rub on your body. You can rub the oil on your body.
Well, go ahead.
And all of a sudden you got a psychic.
You got to say, go ahead and I go.
It'll make me go from knowing Jesus
Well,
to having a relationship with 21 Savage.
well.
Oh, y'all know y'all too old. Y'all may not know. Y'all may not know who that is.
You on it.
Hey, what's going on? There's a world out here
Yes.
with booty shakers.
There's a world out here. There's a world out here.
There's a female. There's a world out here with muscles and
Yes.
things
Yes.
intriguing to the eye.
Yes.
There's events, there's things that we can participate in, saved or unsaved.
Well,
Amen.
Yes, it is.
But the world has convinced us through the propaganda of the church
Come on, it's about church.
that we can't live. Tell somebody I want to live. And because I want to live, I'm going to answer the knock at the door and say, who is it?
Who is it?
Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? And when I hear, and when I heard his voice, and
Lord Jesus.
I opened the door, and finally an illumination of life came unto me.
Yes.
that which was dark now had a cast of light
Yes.
beaming upon it.
Yes.
But yet there was still a spot
Well.
in that illumination of light, and that spot was me.
Yes.
Yes.
Just because I answered the door doesn't mean that I know him yet.
Come on.
And we have too many folk who have only opened the door,
They don't know.
who believe that all of a sudden they know him.
No, sir. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes. Yes.
But are they willing to suffer
Come on. Come on.
with him?
Yes.
Somebody say, who is it? Who is
Who
it?
is it?
It's I. It's I.
Yes, Lord.
It's me who is knocking at this door.
Yes, Lord. Yes.
And when Pastor Kason answered the door, her response was my second point. Come on in.
Yes,
Come on in.
Somebody say, come on in.
Come on in.
For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son,
Yes,
that
Lord.
whosoever shall believe in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. Look at somebody and say, God was talking about you. God was talking about you. Talking about you. He was talking about you. Because can I tell you that before we asked him to come in, many of us were unsaved,
Yes.
uncouth, untrained, ignorant.
Yes.
And here it is. We answer the door, and our response is, come on in.
Come on in.
Because God already knew you.
Yes, sir.
He knows me.
Can you believe that God already knew all the stuff I would do before I
Yes, sir. Yes.
answered the door? I know it's real churchy to try to get people to a concept that life didn't begin until you came to the altar. But tell somebody, I was living a life before I came to the altar. I was doing some stuff before I came to the altar. Can I tell you, I finished school before I came to the altar. I had a college degree before I came to the altar. I had itches and scratches before I came to the altar.
Yes, sir. Yes, yes, yes.
I even had a career before I came
Before. Yes, sir.
to the altar.
Help us, dear God.
But there was a knocking consistently at the door. And when Pastor Kason answered the door and said, come on in, she didn't realize that she will be taking on or inheriting a legacy. Somebody say a legacy. A legacy that speaks volumes through generations. The volumes through the generations that started with her grandmama Fanny. A volume of generation that went through Mother Dolores. A volume of generations that went through the Apostle Robert M. Teto. Because although Motel 6 coined the phrase, we keep the light on, Pastor Kason is keeping the light on. She's taken on a lineage of generation of saying there will always be an open door. An open door that goes from 604
Come on, 604. Yes,
to now 6019 to right here at New Hope. That does not matter who it is. The door is open.
Don't make other boys hear us.
Don't matter their background, don't matter their social economical disposition, does not matter how spiritual they are, don't matter if you don't know him, but the door is open. Whether your last name is Scott or Kason or whatever it may be, the door is always open. How do I know this? I took a trip down memory lane this weekend while I was at the Hampton Inn Hotel.
Well, go ahead.
And I said, I'm so used to being at 60-19. I said, I'd have stayed in every room except for Kevin's room. I'm going to call that your room because you're going to get your room back. Oh, I'm speaking prophetically into the atmosphere that some other doors are about to open for some folks. I said, man, I've stayed in every room in this house because there's always been an open door. But I realized in my developmental phase of my relationship with God is that I can't always monopolize a space that needs to be open for whosoever. This is going to help somebody. This is going to help somebody that says, you may need to knock at the door. You may need to come in and get what you need, but please have an exit plan. Tell somebody, I can't stay here always. I gotta mature at some point. I gotta move on at some point. I gotta effectively take what I've gained from being in the house, and I gotta go to a place.
Yes.
Another place.
Come on, so somebody say, come on.
Come on. Amen.
So that whosoever believeth shall not perish,
Thank you, God.
but have everlasting life. Let me throw this in there because this may be helpful. Because sometimes, can I talk to Pastor Case on the elder for a second? Sometimes people will marginalize our ministry based off of who's in attendance.
Okay.
But they discount who we had affected.
Amen.
That's right, Bishop.
That's real.
Everybody is not, or everybody has not been spoken into existence to be a part of your local church.
Amen.
But they're still a part of your sphere.
Amen. That's true.
And just because you don't see them does not mean I'm not affecting them.
Amen.
Does not mean that my labor has been in vain. But they have knocked at the door. They came in, they got what they needed, and now they're taking that to the world. Okay, maybe we forgot the mission was for us to take what we got from God to the highways and to the byways and compel others.
This is good. Yes.
Thank you, God.
Come on in.
Come on in.
I'm not selfish enough to know that your spirit is only limited to me.
Well,
Right.
I'm not foolish enough to devalue who you are in God based off of what I see in my limited natural eye. Tell somebody, this thing got to be spiritual.
This thing got to be spiritual.
It has to be spiritual because there are people who have never been into the four corners of our church that we constantly minister to bring them into relationship with God. I share this all the time that I have a multitude of friends who have never ever been to New Birth.
Well, go ahead, yes.
But they've sown into New Birth.
Yes.
They respect me in my office and my position.
Yes.
But they have never been called
To New Birth.
to New Birth.
Right.
And I have to be respectful enough and I have to honor God enough to know that He is the one that opens and closes doors. He is the one that knows exactly what I need and knows exactly what unrighteousness that's attached to his name. There are some people that the church folks will never see because the church folk won't be able to handle them. Listen, because I got some friends, I got some homies, I got some boys in my life who don't tolerate disrespect. I got some people that know me that will tear you apart just while you rolling your eyes or sucking your teeth in my presence. How do I know this? I don't know. I had a situation this week where a young man, he didn't know. He didn't know. Tell somebody he didn't know. He just didn't know. He just didn't know. And he decided that he was going to disrespect me in the presence of one of my boys. He didn't disrespect me when he cussed. He didn't disrespect me when he got ugly and unseen. He just didn't follow my explicit directions. I said, do this, and he said, no. I saw the Catholic crew. Now this man, he oh Lord, he said, help me, cause you don't even know. You don't even know what you saying. You don't even know what you're doing because see, I don't go to church. I ain't got no altar to repent to. Because I haven't. The man of God is right here in front of me, and he knocking at the door of my soul, but I haven't answered it yet. Now, I've gotten some other things I've gleaned from him. I've got some other situations I learned from him, but there's still a knocking.
Yes.
And I ain't answered that door yet, so I have a different entrance. And how I deal with him. Y'all do all that, but over here.
Oh yes. I know what you're talking about. Oh yes.
He said, help me. In fact, I had to escort him outside because what he was about to do would have created a paper trail. Only based off a word, no.
Yes.
No, just on the nuts.
These young folks don't get it.
Can you imagine that there's people that have never been here that honor her so much that the word no will cause them to move into a direction?
They don't get it.
What's that?
But I have to caution you.
Yes, sir.
I have to caution you
Yes, sir.
of those that are already in. How are you responding?
We popping the trunk.
Yes.
We popping the trunk. Well,
How are you acting when she gives a directive?
Glory unto God. Jesus.
Where's your respect? All right.
Yes, sir.
Where is your line of demarcation that says this was somebody that didn't know me, but they answered the door and they told me to come in.
Yes, thank you, Lord.
This is gonna sting a little bit.
Yes. Go with it.
She didn't birth you, but she accepted you.
Go ahead then.
Tell somebody that's rare. That's uncommon. And when someone accepts you that didn't birth you, you ought to have a reverence and a respect for them. that goes beyond spiritual ramifications.
That's real, Bishop.
It is.
I'm speaking to the house.
Yes, sir.
I ain't gonna call out no names, but you know who you
Go
are.
ahead. Come on, Bishop.
Because Sister Chanel can testify when they thought I had already left the house, there was some words being said from the second level, but I was still present.
Hey.
From the second level.
Blessed be the name of the Lord.
They must have thought I had already left.
Yeah,
They didn't know I was still standing at the landing of the steps.
Didn't even know.
When I heard what I heard. Now, when I heard what I heard, the left side of me was all right with it.
Right side.
The left side of me is a little dysfunctional. Okay, y'all, don't you miss it. The left side of me leans every now and then. The left side of me has a deformity to it. That every now and then makes me lean in an unnatural way. But then there's a right side. Where the gift is, where the anointing is, where the right perspective of God is. I wish I could really do this like I want to. It says, every now and then, you gotta find that balance that says that respect has to be given. Because the door has been open.
Yes, sir.
And if
Jesus.
you happen to be
Excuse me. Yes, Lord.
one of the whosoevers,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
you're still welcomed in,
Yes, sir.
but there's some responsibility you need to have
Responsibility.
when you come through the door.
Yes, sir.
The responsibility isn't just on the elder caissons. The responsibility falls on the house.
On the house. Yes, sir.
All right. Okay.
Yes,
let me give it to you spiritually.
Yes, Lord.
The anointing has nothing to do with the person.
Yes, sir.
The anointing rests on the position.
Yes, sir.
So I understand that clearly, because when I step in the position, then the anointing falls of the office of the bishop. That's why every now and then you may feel like I ignore you when you call me bishop because I ain't in the position.
Hey, yes,
And I gotta take a double take every now and then.
yes.
Because my name is Teto.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And if you call me that, I'm gonna respond
Yes. Every time.
as Teto.
Yes.
And when I'm in the Teto position, and you call me the bishop, there's no anointing attached to the name because the name is on the position and is not on the person. That's how I can coexist with her as Stacy and as pastor.
That's right.
It is so.
And I can respect her as pastor, but I can also identify with her as Stacy. Tell somebody that the door is open. The door is open. And sometimes we miss this. Sometimes we miss this because we have been ingrained to only have reverence and respect for the name, but never for the position.
Yes, sir.
Help us, Lord.
That's why we have so many issues in the church.
Help us, Lord.
It's because we're too busy trying to reverence your name, and we have no respect for your position.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Here comes Stacy. Here comes Pastor. And to you, they're the same person.
Jesus,
Yes.
help us.
but not to God.
I hear you,
Amen.
sir. I hear you. Yes, sir.
Amen.
Yes,
I
sir.
gotta move.
Get it
There's
right.
a game coming on. I gotta move.
That's right. 1 o'clock, I believe.
Yeah, I got
Yes,
10
sir.
minutes. They go to pregame and the kickoff.
Go ahead. You got time. Yes.
And when you're 5 and 5, they gonna wait on you.
Get to see. Get to see. Yes.
So somebody say my first point is who is it? My second point is come on in. And my third point is have a seat.
Have a seat. Have a seat.
Here he says, I know thy works, behold, I have set before thee an open door,
Yes.
that no man can shut.
No man.
For thou hast little strength,
Yes.
but hast kept my word,
Thank you, God.
and hast not denied me.
Thank you, God.
Can you take a moment and reflect
Yes.
on the fact that she never has denied him
Thank you, Lord.
through
Yes, Lord.
trials and tribulations,
Yes.
through ups and downs,
Through them.
through all of those circumstances?
Yes, Lord.
Even when she didn't have strength, the door was still
Thank
open.
you, Lord. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Even when she was going through the chemo and
Yes.
the radiation
Thank you,
and
Lord.
couldn't get out the bed, the door was still,
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
people were still coming in and out
Thank you, Lord.
because the door was still open.
Thank you, Lord.
She kept her faith. She never wavered.
Come on.
Never said, God, why me? Never cursed God.
Well,
But stood flat-footed and said, God,
thank you.
Yes.
Thank
you will see me through this because I have too much responsibility
Oh,
to
God,
quit.
thank you.
I got too much responsibility to give up. I have a legacy that I have to take the torch and run with.
Yes. Glory unto
Thank
God.
you, Jesus.
Elder Harry said something profound in the vein this morning that if I could have just told him, just pull over right here, bro,
you. Right here.
and just let me out.
Just for a
And
second.
let
Yes.
me find my way to the airport and go home.
Go on.
He said, a man of God said to another man of God, you can't do great exploits while I'm still here.
That's what he said. That's what he said.
You can't occupy the position while I'm still alive.
I can see that.
So, Sister Bernice, I had to have some serious conversations with some folk, and I had to tell them, don't call me that, because my father was still alive. See, they were trying to make me an apostle. How can I be co-equal with my father and he's still equally present? Be the bishop and let me take the low place as I continue to look up, because my deformity has not been straightened out yet.
Come on, we don't work on it.
Still got some work to do. And every now and then there's still some knocking
Yes, sir.
that's happening.
Yes. Yes. I hear you.
And I gotta come in and have a seat. Somebody say have a seat.
Have a seat.
Have a seat. Because we have more room here at the tabernacle.
Yes.
Yes, Lord.
And God is saying that the door is open.
Thank you, Lord.
And pastor and elder and New Hope, don't get discouraged.
Amen.
Look at you.
Yes, sir.
Don't allow the development of ministry
Yes, sir.
to cause you to burn out.
Amen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Don't allow
Yes, sir.
the infancy
Yes, sir.
of what you
That's good
see
word. That's good word.
to
Yes, sir.
cause you to say, I can't do this
Yes,
any
sir.
longer.
Hey.
Because as I told Elder, as long as I've been 15 years in ministry now, there are still times where I'm babysitting people who have titles and positions.
I'm still babysitting. Yes, sir. I hear you. Yes, sir.
I'm still
Yes, sir.
working
Thank you.
and developing people
Yes,
who
sir.
have the same title that I have.
Well,
Not the same time.
well,
Give him
I got a little
strength,
lower.
God.
Because the man of God spoke over my life, and the words he said are now coming to pass. He said, you will be a father to fathers. See, I didn't understand that then. I didn't understand that then. I said, well, if they fathers, how come they just can't run and rule that house just as equally as you want me to do mine? Let me stay over here and mind my business, and let me create what I'm creating, and let me do what I'm doing, and not have to be bothered with anybody else. But God said, go have a seat, son, and become a father to fathers, because there will always be folks who are fathers who still need to be instructed on how to be better.
Yes. This is good, Bishop.
He says, the door's open. He said, my word will speak for you, and it will not lie. So when people are asking you, well, how's things at New Hope?
That's what they say, Bishop.
Marvelous. How was service today? Phenomenal.
That's a good word.
Who was there? God. Who sung? The Holy Spirit. Who preached? His anointing. Did anybody get saved? I did. Okay, you don't believe his mercies are renewed each day. Great is thy faithfulness. Every funeral I go to, I get saved. If you find anything that's not like you, save me, Lord, with my title. Save me with my position. Save me with my preaching self. Save me. Keep the door open, because I haven't arrived yet. I haven't come through yet. I have not got to the pinnacle of what you have for me. So when you knock, I'm going to ask, who is it? I'm going to tell you, come on in and have a seat. Sup with me. Teach me. Guide me into all truth. Because at any given moment, I can stumble. I can fall. I can lose my mind. But with you, all things. Things
Thank you, Lord Jesus.
are absolutely possible.
All things.
Because he's knocking at this door.
Thank you, God. Thank you, God.
And this door is open.
Thank you, Lord.
Keep the door open.
Hallelujah. Thank you, Lord.
No matter what it looks like.
Yes, Lord. Thank
Keep
you.
it open.
Yes, Lord.
It seems, well, how come, as I'm saying, how come we can't go with you this weekend? Because this door is not for you.
Yes, sir.
This is an open door for me
Thank you, God.
to enter into a deeper
Yes, Lord.
covenant relationship
Thank you, God.
with those who God has said, come in and have a seat.
Yes, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
Not perfect.
Love you. Thank you, Jesus.
Don't dot every I, cross every T.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Y'all didn't hear?
Yes,
I know a little about trap music.
Yes, sir.
I ain't scared to tell you, I listen to trap music.
Amen.
Because I gotta listen to it, because I gotta be relevant. Opening the door. See, some of us will get offended and feel offensive when we're in the world because of what we hear. But I ain't afraid. I ain't afraid because see, if you really listen to it, there's a message.
There is a
In the message. The boy 21 Savage got a song out called A Lot. It's a lot. Every day I'm going around, I'm trying to figure this thing out. It's a lot. My mind is just contemplating a whole lot of situations. That's a lot. I'm trying to figure out which direction I'm going in. That's a lot. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to attain what everybody said I'm going to attain when it just seems like it's a lot.
Come on. Preach the trap music, Bishop.
You know, I'm flowing Daniel Caesar got a song, you gotta drop down to song number 10, and the song is called Complexities. My life is filled with a whole lot of complexities. I'm complex. You gotta be able to tell folk I'm complex. See, there's a side of me that can flow in the world, and there's a side of me that flows directly in the kingdom. That's a lot of complexities. And if you ain't ready to deal with that, please leave me alone. I subscribe to the theory that says, in my worst moments, He will restore the years that the locusts have eaten, that the cankerworm and the caterpillar and the palmer worm, that the great army that God has sent amongst you. See, we missed that part. See, the enemy didn't cause my stuff to get eaten up. The enemy didn't cause my disformity. It was God who sent it, because He sent His great army because He knew there was going to be no other way. He said, I'm tired of knocking at this door. So now I gotta take my voice to a louder octave to get your attention. Every now and then God gotta cause some troubling of your waters. Every now and then there gotta be some stress in your life. Every now and then there gotta be some topsy-turvy in your life. But please know that He'll never leave you nor forsake you. But He said, I will restore to you the years. You gonna eat the plenty. You gonna be satisfied. Your sons and daughters, they gonna prophesy. Please know that your sons and daughters are gonna prophesy. I heard you on the phone. Jaquan, do this. Kevin, I need you to do this. Johnny, I need you to do this. Your sons and your daughters, they gonna prophesy. There's coming another generation that's gonna grow up knowing I gotta be a part of the open door generation, and everybody's welcome into God's kingdom. No matter what my name is, come on in. No matter what the situation is, come on in. Every now and then you gotta remind yourself, though He slay me, oh yet will I so trust Him. I'm going through, but I came through. I was down and out, but I got up again. They thought I wasn't gonna make it, but I'm still here. Look at somebody, tell them I'm still standing. In spite of what it looks like, I'm still here. The door is open. The door is open. Come on in. Have a seat. Let's talk together. Let's talk together. Breaking down generational barriers. Come on in, young men. I got a place for you. Come on in, sister. I got a place for you. No matter what it is. I ain't got time to ask questions. Let's get in the car and let's pick them up and bring them on in. Because our door is continually open. Tell somebody the door is open. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. I ain't got no clothes. Come on in. I ain't got no food. Come on in. I had to escape my situation with whatever I had on. So come on in. The God that I serve is I know I'm a little past my time, I know, but I wish I had some witnesses in here that had to go through the open door. Whether it was 604 or 6019. I wish I had some folk that would put mind getting out of your seat and run up to the case house and tell you thank you. I thank you. you. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you for keeping the door open. I thank you. I'm not waiting for something tragic to happen. I'm not waiting for somebody to be in the hospital. I'm not waiting for a funeral. But I'm going to tell you thank you for having the door open. And when my mother forsakes me, and when my father forsakes me, and when the Lord, when no enemy came upon me, to heal my flesh, and to devour me, God raised up a son, God raised up a Teto.
Yes, sir.
God bless you. Hallelujah. Blessed be the
Thank
name
you.
of the Lord. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Bless you.
Hallelujah. Thank you.
Thank you, Lord.
Yes. Thank you. Hallelujah. Give it up.
Hallelujah.
Can I tell y'all this?
Yes, Lord.
Hallelujah.
I was preaching depressed.
I was living depressed. You better go ahead.
Yes, Lord.
Preach. Go ahead.
The anointing was falling and lives were being changed, deliverance was coming, healing was coming to everybody except for me.
Set us free, oh Lord. Hallelujah.
He said, how could it be?
My God.
Just so happy. Yes, sir.
You allowing me to do great exploits in the kingdom.
Come on.
But within me, there's something lacking. Who can I turn to? Who is there for me?
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Oh, oh,
Especially
oh, Jesus.
when you know you've been called to be a pillar of
Oh,
strength
Jesus.
and a foundation to everybody else.
Oh, Jesus.
And sometimes you wonder
Jesus, Jesus, Jesus.
how I'm doing this.
Jesus, 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 Jesus.
Within myself,
Within
I
myself.
feel inadequate, unworthy.
Stammering. Yes, sir. Go ahead. Go ahead.
How can I have these thoughts
Oh, Jesus.
and still preach?
Oh, Jesus.
Please help us to live. Help us now.
Oh,
Thank you.
All right, all right. How can I smoke the ooh-wee?
It's great. It's great. It's your vegetables.
How? And still preach.
And then preach. Yeah. Thank you, God.
How did I lay down with dogs and then come up with fleas
Thank you, God.
and still preach?
Thank you, God. Thank you.
Oh, Jesus.
Thank you.
How can I party
Jesus.
Ah.
and still preach?
Yes, sir.
And it wasn't that I was trying to live a sinful life.
Well,
Yes, Lord.
what a try.
I was trying to find somebody
Come on.
that will push the alarm button.
Come on.
Say that again, Bishop. Say it again. Say it again. Say it again.
I was looking for somebody to say, what do you need?
Come on.
How can I help you?
Come on, sir.
How can I support you when you're supporting everybody else? Who's there
Just free. Yes,
to
sir.
support you?
Yes, Lord. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Yes, Lord.
Can I tell you that there's a multitude of preachers
Thank you, Lord.
that are living dual lives
Well,
because nobody's there to help?
yes, sir.
Nobody's there with an open door
Thank you, Lord. Thank you,
that says, come
Lord.
on in.
Thank you, Lord.
This not a retreat center or rehab. This is the house of God
Yes, sir.
where you can find
All of those.
all them things you need.
Yes. Yes.
All the above.
Yes, sir. Uh-huh.
You said, come on in and have a seat.
That's the place. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is
Do you know where I
awesome
just
word.
came from?
Awesome word. Awesome word, Jesus. Thank you, Lord.
I haven't even cleansed
Thank you, Lord.
myself yet. You want me to have
Thank
a
you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
there's a stench.
Thank you, Lord.
There's a residue
Yes, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
that's on me, but the door is still
Open.
it's open.
Thank you. Hallelujah. Thank you.
I've
Lord.
sinned. I've fallen short, but the door
Yes,
still open.
is still.
Thank
Still
you,
open.
God. Thank you,
I got mad. I walked away. I cussed you,
God.
but you left the door.
Thank you, Lord.
Took off the hinges by
Hallelujah.
then.
Thank you, God. Hallelujah.
I told you kiss my rear end,
Thank you, Lord.
but you kept the door
Thank you, Lord.
open.
Yes, Lord. Thank you, God.
I talked about you,
Thank you, Lord.
but you left the door.
I love you, Lord. Thank you. Hallelujah.
And God is saying to this church today that the door is open.
Thank you, God. Thank you.
Yes. You fall. So am I. When Hakeem was talking about us having stuff on our phone, mind your business.
But you can have that Bible app.
Oh, I got the Bible app, but that's not in my private browser.
But so,
You don't want to know what's in there. But the door is still
open.
open. And can I tell you that there are supposed to be mature Christians who couldn't handle somebody saying that?
Come on. Come on.
Right.
Yes,
You
sir.
know why? Because they're spiritual,
Come on,
but they're not realistic.
Amen. Amen. Realistic and relevant.
What do you expect me to do at 49 when I done already tasted it
Well,
and saw it was
good
good?
wine. Yes, sir.
Good wine. Good wine. That red wine, good wine.
What do you want me to do?
What you want me to do?
When the thoughts are in my mind,
Hey, yes, sir.
but spiritually I know I can't.
They got it.
Thank you, God.
So the deformity
Come on, man.
Yes, sir.
but the door is still
Yes, sir.
open.
Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, Lord.
And that's what God is.
Hallelujah. Yes.
Don't you fool yourself in thinking just because I'm a lefty right now
Come on.
that I don't have a right
Come on. Right.
to enter into His presence.
That's
That's so good.
That door is open. Because guess what? None of us are above reproach. None of us are at a place where we can say, no, baby, I wouldn't do that.
Come on. They do it though all the time. They like to say words every time.
You can put me in my garments and something.
What was that?
You drop by me with your window down playing Doodle Brown and see what happens. You know me? And then I remember it takes two to make a thing go. Come on, God, come on in. And keep it right. Let me answer the door. Come on in. Have a seat. Let's talk.
Lord. Thank you, God. Good. Hallelujah. Thank you, Lord.
Because truth be,
The truth.
I ain't scared that this gets out. I ain't scared.
Go go on with your son. Yes, sir.
We ain't never scared. I'm off loud.
I ain't scared.
They turn live on.
Even if you was, I ain't scared.
Amen.
There's a lot of things being thrown at me.
Yes.
And because I'm supposed to be a fisher of men,
Yes, Lord.
Come on.
Watch
Well,
out to the deep.
I could just cast this rod
yes, sir.
and bring in all the fish.
Yes, sir.
Follow that illustration.
Yes,
This is a my verb.
Yes, sir.
I can cast all the fish and bring them right on in.
Yeah.
But because of the integrity
Well,
of the house of God
yes, sir.
and the position,
Yes, sir. I hear you. Yes, sir.
every now and then I gotta be nasty,
Nice, nasty.
arrogant,
Well,
feel like I don't want to be bothered,
well,
just to protect
well.
the integrity
That's
Right.
of who He called me to be.
Yes.
Stand over.
Because can I tell you, y'all, they ain't gonna set no.
Protect your anointing, Bishop.
Let me prove it to you. Y'all young folks don't know nothing about this. You'll get there. Have a young John ride up on you talking about, hey, what's up?
What's up? How you doing?
You on it? You know what I mean? See, you gonna, yeah, I mean, got a whole lot of different meanings to it. Yeah, I mean, teach y'all that. Don't after service, I'll tell you what y'all mean.
Make sure you tell them on the left side.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and be like, yo, yeah, I mean, and I have to say, you know, yeah, I mean, I really.
Don't mess with that girl, Bishop. Don't mess with that
Let me tell you, yes.
But I got to live with myself
Come on, after you done. Come on, sir.
in the integrity of who He's calling me to be, and what He's going to unveil to me is more important than a yeah, I mean. I have been accused and I've been assassinated in my character of not wanting to fish.
Yes.
Jesus. Damn that he do. Damn.
You don't like fish.
I think she like the fish.
Fish is good.
You don't like fish.
Now you gonna be no fish.
I love fish. I love fish.
And I tell them, it's not that I don't like fish. I like certain kind of fish.
Cook fish.
And that filet fish is bread.
It don't smell right.
I want something fresh.
It don't smell right.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Say amen, Tyler.
Yes, Lord.
Say amen, Caleb.
And because I've had some bad fish in my life,
Amen, Jaquan.
Well, oh, you know that.
Bad fish.
y'all mean?
Jesus. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
I want God to keep the door open.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Because the scripture says no man can open it and no man can shut it. But I never want God to shut the door on me.
Don't shut the door, guys.
Yes, Lord.
So that means
So that means, yes, sir.
I got to have a private browser.
Yes, sir.
Mind your business.
Yes, sir.
Just know I didn't hook no fish.
All right. All right.
Ain't nobody sitting on the front row with my baby in their belly.
Well,
And can't tell nobody.
yes, sir.
Now take
Yes,
the
sir.
zero money. Now look at that shit.
Set it straight for you. Yes.
Not
Yes.
Ain't nobody in church
Yes,
with the
sir.
church cuss word.
Mother, tell him. Don't do that.
The church cuss word is
Well, Jesus. Right.
Whenever you in church, you hear
It's about to go down. It's about to go down.
Lord Jesus.
Preacher be like, I live for Jesus. Oh, how I love Jesus.
That's the Lord Jesus.
Right?
Yeah.
You know something else, too.
Yes, Lord.
But I said, God, I got to keep that door open.
Yes,
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 we gotta keep it
thank you, God. Thank
Because
you.
regardless
Yes.
of how much we mature,
Yes, God.
how much we attain,
Yes.
still fall. We got to keep that door open.
Yes, yes.
Help us, Lord.
Not just for the people, but also for God.
Yes, oh God.
Yes, Lord.
He says here, and I'm finished. He said, I am your shepherd.
Yes.
You shall not want.
Right.
Yes.
I'll make you to lay down in.
Green pastures. Yes.
I'll lead you beside.
Still waters. Yes, Lord.
Yea, though
I walk through the valley
of the shadow of death, I'll fear, for thou
art with me.
thy rod and thy staff will comfort me. Surely, goodness and mercy follow me, and I will dwell. Now, I'm not ignorant. I left out the part about my enemies, because that's another sermon. I'll say that for the next time I come
All
back.
right now.
All right.
Because sometimes you think it's your enemies at your table when it's really you.
Thank you, God.
The manifestation of everything that's in you sits at your table. We're trying to mask it and say it's so and so and so and so, when it's really those characteristics and personalities that's in you. Then he said, I present before you at your table. So every now and then you gotta have dinner with loneliness.
Yes, yes, yes,
And say,
yes.
oh, I see you.
I see you. I'm not who you are.
Long.
I recognize.
Yes. I hear you. I like that.
And then he says, down above all things,
Yes. Above all things.
I want you to prosper
Yes.
and be of good health.
Yes. Thank you, Lord.
For that
Thank
door
you.
is open.
Thank you,
Thank you, God. Thank you.
And then he says, I will do exceedingly
Exceedingly. Yes.
abundantly
Above
above all
all.
acts,
I can't be mad. Yes.
Yes.
because that door is open.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you.
Lift your hands
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Thank you, Lord.
and tell God, I thank you
I thank you
for this open door.
for this open door.
Rain on my life
Rain on my life. Yes,
like never before.
like never before.
See me for who I am.
See me for who I am.
Cleanse me.
Cleanse me.
Purge me.
Purge me.
Even with hyssop if you have to. Put bitterness in my mouth.
By yourself.
Thank you, new hope.
Thank you.